Hi. Do you want to see a little Arho make a Selkie inspired dress out of Value Village thrifted material? That's information. This is information that I don't need to be knowing about with my body dysmorphia. Okay. Do you want to know that? By the way, there are feet in this video. I don't care enough to edit it out. Please, if you put like a rating on Flip Finder, give me a good thing because I've been having bad body dysmorphia days lately. So here's the thing. When I was 23, I had made a promise to myself that I was going to out myself by the time I was 25 if their hair wasn't something that I was proud of. Did I accomplish that by my 25th birthday? Have I killed myself? Figure out now. I don't care enough. 5 Washington. Nail state boards. Nails. Um, Korean food. Thrifting. Sewing. Whimsy. If you're interested, keep watching. And bags. I go out sometimes. I've only got $20 in my pocket. I'm gonna get something fucking awesome. Did I do that in my last video? Hope not. So I'm a McCara Gooner, and she always gets like bed sheets, consumerism, saving money, being Mormon like she is. Well, I don't personally want to be Mormon. Oh, moo time, moo time, moo time. But conservation, anti-consumerism, thrifting, that's all good stuff. So I'm finding some bed sheets for my Selkie inspired dress. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? Selkie inspired dress, Pro tip: do not think about how many old people have nutted in those bed sheets. How many children have been made in those bed sheets. Ooh, that was a score. It's a sign.
Okay, before you enter any Goodwill, you may have to make sure you stretch. I've just come to a very startling realization. What if one day I go to Walmart and somebody recognizes this? They say, hey, those are those were my dead mom's bed sheets. My dad nutted in those. That's how I was born. And you just turn them into a silly little dress? However, not all of these are bed sheets. I'm not the thrifty little art hoe that I claim to be. I got tired eventually. This one is from a fabric store. And not Joann's. Pew pew pew, pew pew pew. What I got from the thrift store. I'm going out sometimes. I've got more than $20 in my pocket. I'm going to get something fluffing awesome. That guy's from the same place that I'm from. Isn't this cute?
I'm trying to be entertaining right now. I'm going through a depressive episode. Please don't forget to mention how good my honkers look when I use dresses and moves and so on and so forth. And don't ask me. Do not ask me if I washed them because I did not. I might be returning this one. It don't do a lot of favors. Ooh, pin. For me or my body dysmorphia. I did not end up using these. I was trying to do a whimsical little fabric, but I didn't end up using it. I just want to show my nails.
This is Francine. Don't worry, Francine doesn't have any feelings. She likes it when I do this and this.
So basically how I did the patterns is I draped a piece of like fabric over me, like bed sheet fabrics that I didn't use anymore and I had holes or whatever, and I draped it over my areolas and I, pinned and stitched and I actually filmed that and then I lost the footage, and it's been 7 months since I last posted, so I'm not gonna be finding that. But if you were wondering what the purpose of the ducky fabric was, I was like trying to find some like wabi sabi fabrics that I could use, but it just didn't end up working out. I'm sure I can find it for something else. I'm adding some interfacing on the fabric that I'm actually going to be using. Earlier I was cutting out some fabric, but that was like the mock-up fabric, and I made a mock-up and then I like fixed the areas that weren't working. So I just, I spray it. I spray the interfacing and I iron it down, rough side down. Here I am cutting out the fabric that I'm actually going to be using. And you could be saying to yourself, oh wow, bad editing. Half of the fabric I use was that pink bed sheet. Half of that fabric I used that like brocadey pillow chamois material. Maybe the grandmother that had it, she used both of them. And she was getting nutted while sleeping on those pillow shams, laying her head down, getting nutted in on that pink bed sheet. And she'd have really good taste for them because they ended up going really well together. I'm really spending a concerning amount of time talking about your grandmother Ethel getting nutted in. And I apologize for that. Grandmother Ethel, please do not haunt me. I'm cutting out those same fabric pieces from the bodice that I just cut out onto the interfacing. You will be getting more panty shots in this video. I hate the word panties than a creepy Japanese anime about 14-year-old girls. Except I'm not a 14-year-old girl. I am a grown woman. And I have shown much worse than my granny panties on the internets. I swear to God, I swear to the good Lord above that I made plenty of videotapage of me sewing the bodice together. Can't find any of it for the life of me. There's a lot of footage in this video. But here's how it looked on. I did end up making some revisions after this. It didn't end up fitting 100% okay, and that's okay because this is like the first bodice that I've made, and I'm really happy. This is how loud my back shots sound. My back shots sound like bongos. I don't want to do this anymore. Here's the bodice, right? How good this pain in the ass fabric looks with this, okay? It's meant to be, but this is a pain in my rectum. And here's the skirt, right? Looks so pretty on top. I have to do it. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to do these ruffles. I think I finally figured out how to do it. Let me show you. Here's what I did. I cut out a piece of fabric. I think it was about 3 inches long. Let me go ahead and call my ex to like measure. No, it's longer than that. It's probably like it's a lot longer than my ex's weighing. Okay, and I cut that out. Then I cut out a piece of like parchment baking paper into little strips, and I was listening to Sudan Archives, which bomb, but also free Sudan. And then pinned the baking paper to the back, sewed a quarter of an inch away, and the baking paper really helped to stabilize the fabric. As I'm editing this is 11 minutes into the video when I finally sew something. Oopsie. Oh my goodness, my booty hole is itching trying to figure out how to explain this. The quarter of an inch seam allowance I folded over onto another piece of baking paper, right? And then I sewed it like I edge stitched it. If that doesn't make any sense, that sucks. That sucks dick. For you, for you at least. Mind you, this video survived because I was studying for the nail board and I got like monomer nail liquid on my old phone, so I had to get a new phone. Plus, the iCloud accounts, they never worked for me. So I lost a lot of footage, is what I'm saying in the end. And I'm trying my best and you never ever acknowledge that for me. So I'm ripping away the baking paper from the little labias. Several different ways to sort of ruffle the labias. It is kind of labia color, but like an attractive labia color. Maybe like, but that's the color of my labias, and I'm an attractive woman, and I don't have to say who another woman's labia colors. So I do not. I sew 2 stitches a quarter inch away, and then I grabbed one string and I pull. I grab one string and I pull. And then I hand stitch some of them. I sewed some of them. I hand gathered some of them. I gathered some of them on the machine, etc., etc. I lay some pretty coquette trim over the prosciutto labias, and I stitch those labias away. Ladies, grab onto your coochies. This is the only like footage I have of making the circle skirt. Please keep in mind that during the whole filming process of this, I was very stressed out with the state boards, and through everything that's going on, I'm doing my state boards and I'm proud of myself. Next skirt never sees the light of day, but I just wanted to show you because I made it. Oh, and here I am figuring out how to make the circle skirt all by myself. No help. I'm just, Picasso. Made it so that the hem would hit right before the prosciutto labias. I then cut out some labia for the upper skirt, but this one has labia jaundice. And I was listening to that Lana Del Rey album where she's wearing a yellow dress. What a sign. Surprise, surprise. Can't find the footage for when this part was doing it, but. Oh! Oh! I made the front skirt shorter than I made the back of the skirt. Jaundice labias are actually the same size as my ex-boyfriend, who is 6'5". False advertisement! I then ruffled the labias in the same way that I ruffled the prosciutto labias. Ladies, grab onto your pudgies for this next scene. Okay? You want to grab onto it to make sure that it doesn't run away on its little labias. But I'm going to stitch the ruffles down on this one. I then hem it down and I attach it to the skirt. Oh, I was really hoping that this would be as whimsical as Makara makes her videos, but I don't have. I'm alone. Anyways, um, that's how it looked. It looked really cute. Okay, now I'm talking about gaping holes. I made gaping holes because what's this part? Okay. Well, I made gaping holes because like you're supposed to put a bottom part and then a top part when you're putting the grommets, but I forgot the bottom part. So it's just, they pop out those gaping holes. I hand stitch them down. Here I am making a waistband for the main skirt. Oh, and waistband. I'm making a waistband. I also made it a bow. Guess no footage. You'll see it like at the end of the video, but you have to stay for that long exactly. And what do we know? It's the night before the Fife test. My lovely friend is kind enough to drive me all the way to Fife, where I enjoy some so long tongue, some make Jew, some pajan, or Korean pancakes, as the Caucasians say. There was like flooding going on and there was snowing going on. I did not know if I was going to be able to like do the thing. And as I said, it was really important for me to pass this test for my 25th birthday. 7:38 I had to take the written test, and at 11:30 I had my practical. Ooh, nummy, nummy, nummy. Staying in a hotel in 5. Yay, yay, yay. Fuck 5, actually. There's like nothing to do in 5. It's There's nothing to do in 5. And here we are, the day of the test. So exciting. Blessing my labubu. How will it go? Now, I didn't exactly fail my written exam, but my teacher didn't specify where it was. Here's the testing. Here's the testing place, and right across is like a licensing department for like IDs and stuff. I go to ID place, and I'm there until 8:03. I call my teacher. We're in the wrong place. She will not let me in, and I handled it. As you'll be able to see, I handled it really well. In all seriousness, damn. Yeah. I'm still not totally over it. How many days has it been? It's been more than a week, and I'm not over it. This was a blow. When I had like promised myself that I was going to do this for myself for my 25th birthday, and the universe kept showing me signs that it was going to happen. And then it just didn't. It didn't happen in the timeline that I was expecting and wanting. And I'm gonna pass. I went to the practical. I'm 99% sure that I passed the practical. Hi, babes. I'm setting up my little station. It's the night of the 18th. And I'm getting ready to do my birthday nails. And I have my new shape session. Now, it's cool if you are not a duck nail fan. You just need to get the fuck away from me. Now, I've done duck nails before. I've never done curved duck nails. And by golly, one of my nail teachers was like, you like them curved and thick, don't you? How'd you know? Oh my god, they're so sexy. I don't want to tell you my other plans because I like to keep it cool and mysterious.
I never know if things will fit.
Guess what? I did not have tips that I could shape into duck nails from them. I tried, but then now I'm thinking of a different idea, but I won't go into that. Anywho, there the little Orho goes, and she's putting on her acrylics. I did not, also ended up changing the shape from this. Guess if I had like good footage of that. Guess whether or not I had good footage of me doing that. No, I actually did, but it's that frame. I feel like, y'all, I'm not over losing. I'm actually in a depressive episode right now, but I'm pushing myself for you. I'm actually incredibly uncomfortable with silence because my dad left. How are y'all doing? Okay. Tell me the truth, boy, am I losing you for good? We lose you all time. Well, that was enough of that. And then I painted them. Do I have footage of me painting them? Of course I do. But it's like super out of frame, and my head is I don't know why, but my head is always the focus. The nails ended up actually really cute. I was going for like mold nails that I don't know where got that idea from actually. And then it was my birthday. I got an Airbnb. Don't worry, I wasn't too sad. It wouldn't be the holidays for me if something terrible didn't happen. Oh my god, here's the highlight of this video. I got myself like a Coach bag for getting my nail degree. Did I get it yet? No. But I was super sad but more so super proud of myself for accomplishing that. I got my friend to like put it in a Coach bag for me, and she put a little bow on it, and oh my god, this is the Coach Empire Carry 34. Oh my god, I love this bag so much, and it's like it's a very rigid bag, but I feel it's gonna cave into itself beautifully. Oh my fucking god, I love this bag so much. I'm sure you have questions. I don't feel like answering them. I actually like to spend my birthdays alone because the holidays are too much for me. I need some alone time. I had a little bit of champagne, a little prosecco, and this, I know this might look sad to you,
But this was a bomb ass birthday, and I fucked the seafood boil. Oh my goodness, it was delicious. Oh my god, now I'm thinking about it. Maybe I can do a seafood boil for New Year's, but I don't know if my bank account will allow for that. Let's just say that.